So today we'll discuss about the quaternary structure of the protein, and we have already discussed the primary structure, secondary structure, and tertiary structure of the protein. So अभी तक जो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया है उसमें कोई डाउट तो नहीं है बेटा आप लोगों को? अगर आप लोगों को कुछ पूछना है तो आप लोग पूछ लीजिए. So let's continue the quaternary structure of the protein. Now this quaternary structure of a protein generally refers to the spatial arrangement of subunits and their nature of their interaction. So how these subunits are arranged and how they are interacting. That refers to the quaternary structure of protein. Now, generally, this structure is non-linear. It is in 3D form, three-dimensional representation is there for the quaternary structure. It is global and across a distinct amino acid polymer. Here, the different bonds are present to hold the or to make the structure stable, such as hydrogen bonding, covalent bonding, hydrophobic packaging, and hydrophilic exposure. Okay, so all these different types of bonds are present in a quaternary structure, which maintains the stability of the structure. अगर ये हमारे पास हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, कोवलेंट बॉन्डिंग या हाइड्रोफिलिक हाइड्रोफोबिक पैकेजिंग और हाइड्रोफिलिक एक्सपोजर बॉन्ड्स ना प्रेजेंट हो तो क्वाटरनरी स्ट्रक्चर्स जो हैं इट विल नॉट बी स्टेबल एंड it does not exist. ठीक है. So among these hydrogen bonding we have discussed in the tertiary structure also, where the intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bond is present. So in the intermolecular hydrogen bonding में the hydrogen bond is present between the two chains. Okay, and in the intramolecular hydrogen bonding, the hydrogen bonding is present within a structure to provide the helical structure. Okay. Covalent bond is also present, as we all know. Then there is an hydrophobic packaging. Hydrophobic bonds are present in the internal part of the chain. Internal part of a molecule, the hydrophobic bonds are present, where the long organic chain is present, because that is water repellent part. So here the hydrophobic bonds are present, and outside, which is the water loving part, which is the hydrophilic part, the hydrophilic exposure is present. Means that molecule forms an hydrogen bonding, that is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding between the amide proteins and the environmental or the moisture or the water. Okay. So this is the quaternary structure. Now the simplest sort of the quaternary structure is a dimer. Generally, commonly, it exists in the form of a dimer and it consists of two identical subunits. Okay, this is the simplest structure of quaternary form. And that this is organization is present in the DNA. Binding portion is crow found in a bacterial virus called the land. So simplest structure जो है DNA helical structure सभी लोगों ने देखा है, that is present in a dimer form. So generally, most of the large and even some of the medium-sized protein exist in association of several chains. So several chains combines and they forms the quaternary structure. So such chains which exist in a structure are known as the oligomeric chains. Okay? And the individual chains are known as the subunits. So here in the quaternary structure, more than 4 subunits or individual chains they combine and they form the quaternary structure. So generally, each subunit has the primary structure, it has a secondary structure, and it has a tertiary structure. Okay. So जितनी भी subunits present होती हैं in a quaternary structure, each subunit has its own structural definition, structural division. That is, it has a primary structure, it has a tertiary secondary structure, and it has a tertiary structure. तो कोई भी सब यूनिट अगर टर्शरी फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट है, कोई भी सब यूनिट की टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर है, तो इट इज नेचुरल दैट पर्टिकुलर सब यूनिट has a secondary structure and it has a primary structure because base structure is the primary structure. Basically, starting प्राइमरी स्ट्रक्चर से होती है. प्राइमरी स्ट्रक्चर combines, they form the secondary structure, and then secondary structure finally combines and they forms the tertiary structure. And large number of subunits, more than 2 subunits forms a quaternary structure. ठीक है, तो जितने भी each quaternary structure has 4 or more subunits and each subunit has a primary, secondary and tertiary structure. Okay, is that clear? So 2 or more subunits in a given protein generally have identical or different above 3 structures. So जितने भी subunits होते हैं, all these subunits can have identical structures or they can have the different structures. It depends upon the type of the protein. For example, the hemoglobin molecule is made up of 4 subunits. Here the 2 alpha chains are present and 2 identical beta chains are present. And each chain binds a heme group. Heme is a prosthetic group. It binds a heme group and there are minor differences in the folding between the alpha and the beta chains. Okay, and this depends upon the differences in the primary structures. तो यहाँ पर जो भी differences है, minor differences हैं, that differences depends upon the primary structure or the base structure of the protein. So here the chains generally fit together approximately in tetrahedral arrangements, which provides the quaternary structure of the hemoglobin. So generally the quaternary structure is a 3D structure, and 3D structure generally it gives the tetrahedral structure for the hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is a structure which is a quaternary form and it has a tetrahedral structure, 3D structure and tetrahedral form. Okay. So here in the diagram it is shown that, see this diagram where the primary, secondary and tertiary structures are given. So first there is a primary structure, it is a linear form arrangement of the different amino acids. Then that primary structure through the intermolecular hydrogen bonding forms the secondary structure. And then secondary structure is further converted, it forms the tertiary structure where the furthermore different bonds are present such as hydrogen bond, electrostatic forces, hydrophobic bonds. Okay, all these bonds are present in the tertiary structure, and here these tertiary structure combines and they forms the quaternary structure. So in the formation of the quaternary structure, also the different bonds are present such as hydrogen bonding, such as hydrophobic packaging, that is interior portion is packed with the hydrophobic bonds and exterior portion is packed with the hydrophilic bonds. Okay, so see the structure, and in this the different structure comparison is given, the primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary and the quaternary structure. Is that clear? इतना क्लियर हुआ बेटा आप लोगों को?
Yes, ma'am.
So this quaternary structure is as simple as 2 identical subunits, or it is as complex as dozens of different subunits. And in most of the cases, these subunits are held together by the non-covalent bond. So means non-covalent bond, different bonds are present in our subunits. So next is the fibrous or insoluble protein. We have already discussed about the fibrous protein. So let's discuss it again. So generally, many of the structural proteins which are present in the living organism occurs in the form of the fibers. Okay? And these fibers are made up of bundles of fibrils which are packed together in a parallel rearrangement. So these fibrils are packed in a parallel form. They are packed in one parallel to each other, and these fibrils of more common structural proteins have identified with the help of X-ray diffraction method. Okay, X-ray diffraction आप लोगों ने analytical techniques में पढ़ा हुआ है. That is in this X-rays are used for the identification of the proteins or the fibrils. Okay, so the fibrous protein example, as we have already seen, that keratin has a secondary structure, and this keratin is present in, it is a structural protein of bone, hair, nails, claws, hooves, where the keratin is present. And in the hair and hooves, the keratin generally contains the alpha helical region. अल्फा हेलिकल रीजन हम लोगों ने सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर में पढ़ा हुआ है ना. When we have discussed about the secondary structure, we have also discussed the alpha helical structure. So this keratin is present in the alpha helical regions, and bundle of these helix are twisted together to form a superhelix. Superhelix means that superhelix contains bundle of helix. More than one helix are present in a superhelix. ठीक है, तो they are twisting means एक दूसरे के साथ twist करके they are arranged in a twisted form. So this is how the keratin is present. So when this is stretched, they are rearranged into a plated sheet conformation. Okay. So beta keratin में, alpha keratin में alpha helical present होता है, and the beta keratin, when these are stretched, they change their rearrangement. They rearrange itself to a plated conformation, and therefore generally there is a high degree of cross linking among the chains, and this cross linking takes place through the disulfide bonds which makes them insoluble. So fibrous proteins जो होते हैं, that proteins has a cross link structure. So it means here the cysteine or histidine are present where the sulfur is present, and this cross linking is through the with the help of disulfide bond, means two sulfur units combines and they forms the disulfide bonds. Okay, so this bond is present between the sulfur. So here next type of the fibrous protein is the collagen, and this collagen has an unusual amino acid compositions, different amino acid compositions, and here generally large amount of glycine, proline or hydroxyproline are present in collagen, and the normal type of helical conformation does not arise in this collagen protein, and generally there are three polypeptide chains which are twisted together to give a uniform or unique conformation to the collagen. So in this fibrous protein, there is a twisting of the helix, which provides a particular conformation to a protein. Is that clear? So let's take the insulin, which is a common protein. Discuss the insulin. It is आगे PDF बढ़ाइए बेटा. Page number 219. Insulin. Okay. So after this, yeah. और आगे प्रोसीड करिए. So in the insulin is a pancreatic hormone which is responsible for the regulation of metabolism of carbohydrate. Okay, and when there is a deficiency of the insulin, it generates a disease. It causes a disease known as the diabetes, and this diabetes is characterized by the increased blood sugar, where the excretion of the sugar in the urine takes place. Okay, and generally this diabetic disease is a hereditary disease, and it can be cured only by injecting insulin. And this insulin, which is injected to the body of the human being, generally human being has this disease, and this insulin is obtained from the cattle pancreas. So it is a pancreatic hormone which is generated in the pancreas, and it is responsible for regulating the metabolism of the carbohydrate. So in this case, there is generally the psychological activity of the insulin is largely lost in the body due to certain reasons. And when there is a deficiency of the insulin, then the excess of sugar is present in the blood. That is, the blood sugar increases, okay, which causes the disbalance of the body. And there is a disease known as the diabetes, okay. So insulin generally, the constitution of the insulin. So this insulin was the first protein whose amino acid sequence was worked out or find out with the help of by the Sanger et al. In 1951 to 55. So this is the time period where the insulin was studied. And moreover, the insulin is generally the complex protein whose structures are established. So this structure was established in 55 by large labor of the Sanger, from which he was awarded Nobel Prize in 58 in association with the Brown et al. In 55. Okay. So insulin, when it is completely hydrolyzed, then the 51 amino acids are obtained on the hydrolysis of the insulin, which indicates that it has 51 amino acid molecules, and qualitative studies of this amino acids shows that there are as much as 17 different types of amino acids. Okay, so here the different amino acids which are present in the insulins are glycine, which has the number of total of 4, then alanine, 3 molecules of alanine, then valine, leucine, isoleucine, proline, phenylalanine, tyrosine, then serine, threonine, lysine, glutamic acid, glutaminase, asparagine, arginine, histidine, and cysteine. All these are present in the insulin. So all these are the amino acids which are found in the insulin.